All right, Shaun. I guess why don't we get started by can you just kind of introduce yourself and let us know, what you do there, and then just a little bit about your company.
Well, I'm the president CEO of the company. Yeah, today I've been a saw operator actually.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Yeah, we started the company in 1990, uh, and we've evolved into really one of the more sophisticated manufacturing facilities in North America, in the way that we manufacture. So everything is built to order, built to sell, and it's extremely efficient. And what brought our attention to your guys' product was seeing it similar products in other countries and how that increased the efficiency. It just went hand in glove with what we were trying to accomplish on the manufacturing side. It is part of the manufacturing, is because we take our product right through delivery. So
Okay. And you mentioned the efficiency part. What did the delivery and manufacturing operation kind of look like before the implementation of Demountable?
so um, we do produce on a pretty high volume, but our sales are local. So we've always done our own deliveries, and we never had loading docks until we built the new facility. So that kept us from doing this a little sooner, just because it is more difficult to load in the trucks when they're higher, like these
Mhm.
ones are, right? But what it meant for delivery was our delivery crews were had to load the trucks also, because you can't load trucks that aren't there. And so, you have a limited amount of trucks. And so when they come back, then they start the whole process over of loading and packaging and protecting and securing and then leaving. And now they back into the docks, get out from under one body, get under one that's already loaded, and they leave. So now our delivery guys deliver, and it allows them to do a lot more with a lot less people. Cabinets come off our production line, they go directly into a truck. They're scanned into a truck. We know the truck's 100% loaded. We close the door and it's ready to go.
I always ask this question, because I hear a lot from your level and the operation level from a management standpoint, the initial impressions of it. So what did that look like, when you first started utilizing it? From like the management level up, what was the initial, was it like an aha moment, or, was it almost like, oh, this is exactly what we expected or more? Or what did that look like?
It's everything we thought it would be and a little bit more. We still use some of our old trucks because we still operate out of our other location as well.
Sure.
They use some of the new ones and the swap bodies also. Um, but kind of it's kind of a drag for those guys that are bouncing back and forth between both operations, because they have it so good here and then they have to go back to the Fred Flintstone era
Yeah.
over there. And so those trucks also, when you have a truck go down, it's a problem. You take that out, whether it's for service or unforeseen maintenance that you have to do on those. You don't have any other options. So having right now we have 5 new vehicles, 9 bodies with 4 more on order.
Mhm.
It just gives you a lot of flexibility. A truck, and we've had, even on our new trucks, we've had a couple issues that have taken them into the shop, but we're able to plan around that and keep going.
Yeah. That's one of the kind of not pre-thought out benefits of it. When a truck goes down, hey, just, we'll figure out how to make another truck do double the work that day, or, just back underneath that body and continue on making deliveries.
Yeah, and we have 8 loading docks here, and it's rare that we don't have a body sitting at almost every dock.
Yeah.
But then there's times when those are just sitting too. And so the thought of just having trucks there sitting is an expensive proposition than just having a body sitting there. Oil changes and the windshield
Huh.
replacements and the tire changes and everything. It's such a no-brainer. But unfortunately, it's not that familiar of a concept with people here in our country, I guess. It's getting more familiar, obviously, but But as soon as they see it, and like I say, we show it, as soon as they see it, they're like, oh my gosh, where has this been? So a lot of people in our industry have like trailers, so they're kind of doing the same thing, but they're filling trailers and pulling them around with pickups. And
Yeah, that's an interesting thing. So, and I've run into that before as well. And when you compare that method to this, I guess what are the pros and cons?
well, you don't get the capacity with the trailer. And
Okay.
if you do, now you've got to have guys that can drive a truck good. To drive a truck and back trailers up, especially to construction sites in tight spots. I mean, I trust me, and that's about it. Anybody else, it's difficult. And so, yeah, if you've got the ability to do this system, it's nothing else makes sense.
Yeah, and what about so to the truck end and specifically, I guess, the drivers of these trucks? Now you have drivers, like you said before, most people see this and go, what is that? Where has this been? I've never seen that before. So a lot of drivers have never experienced something like this. What has that been like, having drivers learn this and use it? What kind of feedback have you heard?
It's been good. Yeah, they haven't seen it, and it is. We check and double check both. We always have at least two people on a driver team, and there's redundancies in all the checks. And you guys make it pretty safe anyway, but they learn that very fast though. It's not that difficult to grasp, and they get very good, very efficient at it. They're in here and out of here quick.
When you and you touched on, I guess, expanding like the body style fleet. What else in your mind, like long-term goal with this system, do you see being able to do?
As we get more into, I mean, we do a lot of large projects now that are local, but as we expand our operation into other cities, we feel like we'll have the ability to service those while our facilities are being constructed, the factories are being put together from here, by maybe even going to a dual body drop off, something like that. It does give us some flexibility and versatility there, and we even see potentially having to do that in this market. When you deal with new construction like we do and shifting schedules, there's times when we just want to drop those off so they're on site and they're out of our manufacturing facility and they're in their hands. And then you may, just take more product out, bring empties back, on a every other day basis or something. But that's another thing that we can see probably coming into play.
Yeah, it's interesting how it evolves over time. This system, you get it for one reason, and then the business evolves, you grow, you start expanding, and then it turns into something completely different down the line. So it's always interesting to see that unfold.
Yeah.
So as far as, so we kind of touched on the equipment and the operation. From your perspective, what has been your overall experience been like with just dealing with us as a company, dealing with Demountable?
It's been really good. So we've no complaints. And you guys have even facilitated part of the vehicle acquisition during COVID when we were scratching and clawing trying to find vehicles and then getting them upfitted and moved around and stuff. It was, I don't know, it's about as easy as it probably could have been with your guys' assistance in that. But no, it's been a very positive experience.
That's good. Okay. No, great to hear. And what I guess to really tie it all together, what would you say to somebody that's, and you've said you've had people come through your facility and maybe even ask questions or look at it. What do you say to those that are looking at it and the wheels start turning, or if there's somebody interested in it and you're talking to them, what would you just say to them, somebody looking into the Demountable operation?
Well, it's not a decision that's hard to make, and it's definitely not one that you're going to regret. I mean, the versatility and the flexibility of the system is it's unparalleled. When I first saw it, it was is interesting because one of our large customers from here was with me in Germany during the time when I first saw this, and he still talks about it now. But I immediately came back to the U.S. and I was just reaching out to dealers, Ford, where do you get this? And they didn't even know what I was talking about. I was like, whoa.
Wow, that's really interesting.
So that's a blank canvas for you guys. That's awesome. But
yeah.
Yeah, he had the same, he's in a different industry, similar, but not what we're in. But he still talks about when we first saw that, just a game changer it was. I mean, just from like I said, a flexibility and efficiency standpoint, I don't know how you can get more efficient with the investment level of this concept versus, a whole fleet of trucks. So,
yeah. And I always liked, the story that I brought back after multiple conversations with you, Shaun, and just the story around your new facility and how efficient it is within those walls and how you run it and the amount of cabinets you're able to do with the amount of overhead that you have from like a employee standpoint. It's pretty incredible. And it is from my travels and my conversations with companies like yours, it is one of a kind. I mean, it is state of the art, like you said, and it's pretty awesome to just kind of be a part of something like that from our perspective of being able to like step outside the walls of that facility and continue the efficiencies. I thought it was really, really great, and it's a really awesome storyline to be a part of. Yeah. So, anything else that maybe I didn't touch on that you were thinking, or anything you wanted to add?
I think you probably hit about everything. It's just been an overall positive experience and everything we thought it would be, and then some. So
that's great. Cool. Well, I appreciate you coming on here and sharing your experience with it. Yeah, it's really awesome. And well, thanks again, Shaun. Appreciate your time.
Good talking to you guys.
Yeah, you too.